Update.
Ever since the Great Depression, the United States federal government has taxed gasoline, using this extra revenue to build and maintain the interstate highway system. Hoping to do the same for its own roadways, the state of Indiana instituted its very own gasoline taxes in the early 1960s. Decades later, by 2024, the state gas tax amounted to 34 cents on every gallon pumped, along with a 7% gas use tax. Taken together, these taxes generate 82% of Indiana's dedicated highway funding. And now, amid more vehicles and more miles of roadway than ever before, comes the emergence of highly fuel-efficient transportation, to say nothing of hybrid and electric automobiles. With potentially less earnings at the gas pump, just how urgent an issue could this become? Meanwhile, as state legislators and transportation officials work tirelessly in pursuit of new road funding solutions, there remains one obstinate truth. Understanding how tax revenues are generated and allocated for road and bridge funding is critical for future planning and fiscal solvency.
Our story begins here, where the evening's first twinkle of starlight shimmers above a sleepy Indiana farm. And there's Indiana Joe, relaxing near the family wishing well. Say hi, Joe. Attaboy. Indiana Joe works for Indiana's local technical assistance program and spends his days assisting and training local transportation agencies. But most nights, you can find him here, wishing and hoping for the return of his very best friend. Hard to believe it's been more than 3 weeks since an unexpectedly violent storm brought widespread damage to several counties. 3 weeks since Joe's border collie Maestro got free from his leash and disappeared into the dark squall without a trace. 3 weeks posting hundreds of flyers and still no luck. Sorry, Joe. Try to keep your chin up. Anyway, what's all that in your hand? Looks like a lot of mail.
Dear Indiana LTAP, we have no way to transport our kids to the county school. That awful storm caught us completely off guard and left the upper hills completely snowed over. Our county needs money for more de-icing materials and a snowplow. Please help. With the kids at home, the parents are losing their minds. Sincerely, the bus driver.
A school snowed under? That's not good. And here's another letter. This one from the police chief in the next town over.
Dear Indiana LTAP, Main Street's completely flooded and the back roads are overgrown with vegetation. The potholes alone are the stuff of nightmares. Our street department's trying to reconstruct the drainage system, but they have limited resources. Even worse, 2 city employees were injured while trying to wash all the mud off their work trucks. What do you recommend? Sincerely, the police chief.
Flooded roads and injured employees are no laughing matter. And did you see what was lurking in those potholes? I've heard of alligator cracking on roadways, but that's just crazy. And it looks like you've got another letter there, Joe.
Dear Indiana LTAP, Jasmine is my new kitten, but lately she's not been acting like herself. She just sleeps all day, and I don't know what's wrong. We tried taking her to the kitty doctor, but the bridge isn't finished. Since the whole town is busy cleaning up after the storm, my mom says more money is needed to finish the bridge project. But Jasmine can't wait forever. Please help. Sincerely, Cecilia.
Wow. Seems like a lot of local agencies could use some assistance. And something about that last letter in particular touched the heart of Indiana Joe. Sounds like the makings of a quest. And when it comes to road funding, it's probably best to start at the State Board of Accounts. So let's go. We've not a moment to lose. Indiana Joe has never visited the State Board of Accounts. Rumors persist of a comptroller that haunts the basement. Just imagine a large green ogre constantly on the lookout for weary travelers.
Sorry to spoil the fun, but there's no such thing as a comptroller. Welcome to the State Board of Accounts. I am the State Comptroller, promoting fiscal accountability and disbursement throughout Indiana. Hopefully, we're nothing to be afraid of. And this, I assume, is why you're here. The golden statue of dedicated tax revenue. I know. It's a rather outrageous representation, but hey, we're going for an adventure theme here. As you can see, each item listed on this statue represents a dedicated source of road funding tax revenue. Each pull of the lever there highlights a different tax and dispenses the appropriate funds. This statue represents the first step in Indiana's highway funding formula. If you were to write a shorthand version of that formula on a chalkboard, it'd basically look something like this. We begin with our dedicated tax revenues that get distributed and redistributed across various funding accounts, and then allocated further, including money that's set aside for Indiana's counties, cities, and towns. And while this formula might look a bit complex at first glance, don't worry, it should all make more sense by the end of your journey.